blog and YouTube channel. My name is Tanya, and today I'm doing a slightly different kind of video. It's not that much of a tutorial, but it's more of a talk with examples about different ways to use this die. I am absolutely obsessed with this die. It's a die by Altenew, and it's called the cube cover die. And this is what it looks like. And when you die cut it, it looks like this. And because I love geometric designs, as soon as I saw this online, I was like, I knew I had to buy it, because just a simple geometric die like this, you can make so many different card designs and backgrounds. So let's jump right in with my examples. So I'm going to begin by showing you some two unfinished samples that I have. I've been kind of busy, but I knew if I didn't film this video today, I would never get it up because I'm traveling in the next few days. A lot of the samples that I've made, the ideas that I've made, been inspired by a lot of other YouTubers like Justine Hovey and Jennifer Maguire, and I'll leave links to their videos down below in the description box, and I'll see if I can link them in the video itself as well. So first of all, I went ahead and made this shaker panel. Apologies if you're hearing some background noise because I'm filming this during the day, so you might hear some cars driving outside. So I made this shaker card and I had so much fun. I think I have a bit too much chunky glitter in there, and I've added some micro beads as well to help with movement, but it just turned out so much fun, and I wish you could hear the sound of the sequins moving around. So the next one I made was another technique called, I think it's called die cut inlay. So I've die cut the panel, and what I've done is I've been die cutting a lot, and I saved the inserts. Then all you have to do is just pop them right in, add this to your card front, and then pop them right in and glue them in. I mean, I had so much fun making this, and the design possibilities and the color combinations you could use are endless. The next card I made was doing some partial die cutting, and I got the dry embossing as well as a bonus, which I really loved. So this was a partial die cut panel, which I saw a video tutorial by Jennifer Maguire, so I'll link that and then you can have a look at that. So the stamps that I've used are all Altenew, and this stamp set is called Adore You, and I absolutely love this. And because I'm traveling in the next few days, I have stamped these for me to take along to practice some of my coloring and watercoloring. So I really love how this turned out. So the next card I have is this one, which again I just absolutely love making. I mean, it just makes me so happy. So all of these are mounted on tiny little foam dots, and I just loved how this turned out. So all you do is you pop your die on without sticking it down. You add your pieces in there and make sure you have your foam dots underneath, and that's how you attach it. And the stamp set that I have used is I think it's called Crafty Life, and this is such a cute stamp set, and it comes with matching dies as well. And the next one I have used is I've done a dry embossing with the cover plate die again. So I'm gonna see and angle this, see if you can, yeah. So I just really love how subtle that background turned out, and it's just stunning how many different ways you can use this die. So I also experimented with the pressures of my my die cutting machine. I used a Sizzix Big Shot. So I used a rubber mat on that one, and then I added a shim to get a bit more pressure, and this one, as you can see, is a bit more, the etching is a bit more deeper because it's 2 layers of cardstock stuck together, and then I ran it through the machine, so it didn't cut all the way through to both sides, but I just love how they all turned out. So I just decided to use the first one I did as the background. And the stamp I've used for this one is Beautiful Lady. I just love that flower. And I added some splatters. I was really inspired by my friend Rubina E. Negro. She's the queen of splattering. I leave a link to her YouTube channel and her Instagram below as well. And then I've added some shimmer on there as well. So this one is my absolute favorite. I just adore how this card turned out. So it looks really lacy, and I just love that it's see-through, and there's a place to add your message inside as well. And I just absolutely adore this. Again, this was inspired by Jennifer Maguire's video, and I'll leave the link in the description box below. So the stamp that I've used is Wings of Hope. I mean, I didn't think that I would use the flowers that much, but I decided to because I just absolutely adore these sentiments. They're just brilliant for someone who's going through a difficult time. But I decided to use the flowers, and I didn't get the die. So I'm going to go back and buy myself the die as well, because I see myself using this a lot. And I've made sort of a wreath around the sentiment and then layered the flowers. Some of them are mounted up on foam tape to give dimension. And this thanks die cut is using Altenew script words too. And I just, oh my goodness, I just am in love with how this has turned out. So I had an idea. The initial idea I had was to try layering this die, and when I played around I came up with this. So there's a lot of cover dies that are available in the market right now, where you can get 3 different kinds of dies, and if you layer them up together you get this absolutely gorgeous layered look. I didn't want to invest in those as yet. I know there's like companies like Birch Press that do amazing ones, but I wanted to buy something and try it out with a single die just to see if I like the look or not. And I just absolutely adore how this turned out. So basically I have die cut this the cube cover die in different colors. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in 5 different color cardstocks, and then I layered them up by offsetting them a little bit, and I was so happy with how this turned out. And it's such a simple technique, and all you need is to add a simple sentiment, and I've just added a die cut because I wanted the emphasis to be on the background. So the die that I've used is the script words die. So this is a different word die, and I used the word hug. So I die cut like 3 or 4 times to layer it up. And I've used the thinking of you for these sentiments. I just love sentiments that are just, you know, the same height, and you can cut them out in strips like this. So there's that one. And then I created another example. So using the same technique of layering the same die. So this time I've die cut it 3 times in 3 different colors. So it's white, and then there's a teal and a pale blue. And then I've added glitter cardstock in the back. I'll show you guys how I've done this in a minute. So with this one, the stamp set I've used is Happy Together. And I just loved layering the stamps together, and I used the Altenew inks as well to add the coloring, and I just love how soft the colors came out. So just to give you guys an idea of how I've made these designs, I've die cut a couple of cardstocks in 3 different colors. I just chose colors that would turn out better on camera so that you might be able to see them properly when I'm doing this technique. So what you can do is you need to line the stamp, the dies up, and then what you do is you can start with the first one. So all you need to do is experiment with this. So there's several different ways you can do it. So first of all, what I'm doing is I'm just nudging it a couple of millimeters up. So then all you can see, you can just see a hint of that other color from underneath. And then what you can do is you can add a third color as well. So all you do is you line it up with the first one, and then you just nudge it a little bit downwards until you've got enough of the color peeking through. And then all you need to do is stick this down. And then what you can do afterwards is you can just trim off the excess that's hanging off. So that's one way of using it. Another way you can do it is you can do the same thing. You can line it up, but you can nudge it the other side. And then you can take the other die cut underneath. You can line it up with the first one and move it ever so slightly other side. So again, you've got a different look coming with when you nudge it in different directions. And then you can also just do like the die cut underneath just appearing in one direction. So you just line it up with the first one, and then you just move it up like that. And then all you need to do afterwards is that once it's all glued down, you just need to trim that off and then put that on your card base. And then all that needs is a really simple sentiment, and you're done. I mean, I really enjoyed using this die, and I hope I've given you some ideas on the different ways that you can use it. And thank you so very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.